Hello and welcome to the 19th episode of Fractured Kingdom. If you have not subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time we release a new episode. And without further ado, let us jump right into the episode. Last we left off, the Crown Gall was chasing after a carriage that left the city of Petra right before the city was attacked by fiends. When the party finally caught the carriage, Ori discovered the carriage driver was actually a devil in disguise. The devil, known as Mix, asked the party for help stopping the dragonborn necromancer of Revaan, a member of the cult who had Mix under his control and was tied to the kidnapping of the party's ward Ema. The party traveled with Mix to the eastern hills just outside of Anatoli. When they tried to ambush Revaan, however, the dragonborn disappeared, but not before ordering Mix to kill the party. After the party was forced to kill Mix, they then headed to Anatoli to make sure Ema was safe. To their dismay, Ema was being held in a cell in the city's armoury. The cult had tried to kidnap Ema again, and though she used her sorcerer powers to kill her attackers, she opened another fracture, and her mind was being attacked by voices from her nightmares. Ori used detect thoughts and frighteningly recognized some of the voices from her own nightmares. The party sought help from the church where Ander and Kreyst, two clerics from Michelmas' cleric order, agreed to look for help. The party then went to Eastmarch University, where the deans Vakri and Rovell agreed to help as well, but not before Vakri revealed that Ema and Ori's minds may be linked to the Nightmare Collective, an evil known from Kalashtar legends. And now, in the early afternoon of the 15th of Sunpeak, the party is once again requesting a meeting with Reese, the lawmaster of Anatoli. The Crown Gall, being led by the still unnamed dwarven kingsman, walk through the halls, and the kingsman gives a light knock on the door of the office of lawmaster Reese. Reese yells out, "It'll be a minute!" Party waits a minute, then another, and after about a 5-minute wait, the door opens up and the party sees a Kingsman captain who they do not recognize step out of the office and walk past the party. Let's have everyone make a history check with, I'll give you advantage on that, Ash.
Dirty 20.
Ash is the only one in the party who recognizes the crown insignia, which is different from the typical Kingsman insignia that most of you have seen before. Ash recognizes it as the symbol of the King's personal guard.
Oh.
And with that Kingsman walking by, Reese will yell, "You can enter now."
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello again.
Yes, thank you for taking the time to speak with us again. So we've learned a few things about what's going on with Ema, and now that we are more comfortable with what we know, I wanted to give you an update. So her mind is being attacked by some creature of the astral plane, and we believe, well, we are positive that the cult is after her, and one of their high members is in the vicinity of Anatoli currently and is likely has designs on her abduction.
And what's the name of this cult member?
It is
Revaan.
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 Yeah, Revaan. Revaan, yes, he is a dragonborn necromancer. I 80 forgot what color dragonborn he is, but Ori would provide that.
As a reminder, Revaan is a red dragonborn, but Reese will...
Should have known.
Yeah, Reese will nod and then look at you, Ori, not saying anything for a moment. And then he will say, "So you knew the cult was after her before?"
Well, that's what we think the original kidnapping attempt was, yes.
And you didn't tell this to me before, why exactly?
We wanted to be sure. If we were wrong, we would have been labeled as trying to sow hysteria or worse, in trying to cause you trouble, I think would have been the safe assumption. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but that's just kind of the way we've been treated when bringing our concerns to previous Kingsmen leaders. We got banned from Fort Silva after revealing cult presence in their fort. So, wanted to be kind of sure about that one, actually.
Hearing you got banned from Fort Silva, Reese will just simply roll his eyes and say, well, that's General Swiftfoot for you.
Well, it's hard for us to know who falls on what side of that line. I'm glad to hear you don't fall on it with him.
I understand your hesitation to work with the Kingsmen, as not all of them truly care about what they do, but I'm not one of them. I care, especially when the king has a personal interest in your ward.
What now?
He does?
Since when?
Since about, well, I was going to say since about 10 minutes ago, but I assume it took longer for his personal guard to get here.
Can you tell us anything about what the king wants with her?
Well, you can rest easy. It's not for anything untoward, if that's what you're worried about, but someone being able to open fractures is a big deal, as you might imagine.
Yes.
And the king wants to make sure that nothing untoward escapes from the fractures.
Oh, no, us either, for sure. I'm sure the cult wants to use her to open many of them as possible.
What does his interest in her look like practically? What is he asking for? What does that mean for her?
Well, the king is trusting the church and the deans at Eastmarch University to help find a potential cure or way for her to control her abilities. And in the meantime, he has provided some members of his personal detail to help provide extra security for her.
Oh.
Okay.
And in exchange, he would like to be updated of any notable progress on that front.
By the way he's saying that, does that seem like a good thing to me, or does that seem like the king is trying to control her rather than like protect her?
That would be completely up to Michelmas.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your willingness to listen to us and share information with us, and we'll certainly continue to do so with you.
You're welcome, but I will say, while I do understand your desire to make sure Emma gets help, I'm afraid that I'll have to restrict your visits to not quite as often.
Strict but fair. Understood.
Or just kind of closes her eyes and is like, very well, we do have business outside of the city, so we might not be straining your hospitality much longer anyways. Yeah, I guess Ori will also describe, like, where we saw him hiding out, though, like, we did confront him there, so probably not going to be a spot he returns to, but yeah, just...
Reese will pull out a map and ask, he'll then look over towards Ash and ask, can you point out on the map or mark it where exactly this cave was that you encountered him at?
Sure, and I'll point at the map where it was.
Reese will take out a feather and a small inkwell and mark the map and say, thank you. I assume you investigated the area?
We took a look. There was a cave there. We took a quick look inside the cave, and there wasn't much in there. And there wasn't too much else in the area. It was pretty much in the open. So, nowhere to hide, really.
Reese will nod and say, well, I may have one or two of my men check it out just to be sure.
Of course.
Well, I suppose we can take our leave now. That's all the information we have currently.
Reese nods and then says, thank you for your candor in this trying time.
So it's kind of late afternoon, right? And we're leaving.
But now it would be late afternoon with the party stepping out of the armory. The party sees the dwarf and half-elf kingsmen who are still staying guard are still there. The dwarf will let out a big sigh as the party is leaving again.
We really seem to have that effect on people.
I'm getting kind of used to it.
I presume we don't really see any sign of the king's personal guard anywhere.
Make a perception check. Looking around, you do not see any members of the king's personal guard. What you do see, however, 3 clerics walking up towards the armory. 2 of them are Ander and Kreyst, members of Michelmas' cleric order, who you talked to earlier in the day. The other is a human man who looks to be in his 50s with balding black hair with a short and portly build. He's wearing high priest robes. As the three of them walk up, all of you also notice that Kreyst appears to have a flying snake sitting on one of his arms. As
Does that snake look familiar?
It is a different flying snake from the one you helped set free many months ago. With
Just
all of them,
checking.
Yes. But with all of them walking up, Ander will give a smile and nod towards the party and say, "Everyone, this is Father Asko, the high priest of the Church of Cognos."
Oh, wonderful.
Father Asko will give a nod and say, "I'll keep pleasantries short, as I'm here to check on your friend, Ema."
Oh, wonderful.
Yes,
Thanks
of
for
course.
taking the time.
With that,
I
Father
hope you've got
Asko will walk past the party and into the armory. The rolling of the eyes from the dwarf is stopped by a stern glare from Father Asko. With the high priest being led into the armory, Ander will look at the party and say, "So we have a solution to your portable hole problem."
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, the snake?
Kreyst nods and says, "Yes, it appears that Varol has requested that one of us go down to Petra just to double check and make sure they don't have any other possible secret purposes to their operation there relating to relics or fractures.
Oh, wonderful.
And I know that you want to make sure the portable hole is safe, so Chris will pull out a small chest and a key to lock it, and he'll open it up. And he will say, "I can take the portable hole with me and lock it, and my flying snake can fly ahead to Petra and give the key to Father Red to make sure he'll be the only one to open it."
So, do my spidey senses think that this is he's telling the truth, or are we meeting some shape changers again who are gonna run off with it? Did we take any time to count take an inventory of what's in the portable hole?
You did not know, but make an insight check.
The second I brought up looking at it, everybody was like, "Oh, we have to give it back." I was like, "I know." I just wanted to see what was in there.
Yeah, I think Ash looked at it and was like, "Oh, that's a lot." That was about it.
21.
Kreyst seems to be good on his intentions to return the money to Petra.
Okay.
I don't suppose all the stuff in the hole, if we took a look, would fit inside the chest without the hole.
Definitely not. The chest, it's not a large chest. It looks like it's more like a small wooden box, but looking at it, the party does see as it shines in the light and slightly moves in Kreyst's hands, there is a slight shimmer to it, as it does appear to be magically warded as well.
It would be nice to have a portable hole of our own, but
Well, yeah. So I'll hand over the hole, and I'll just say, here's the portable hole with all the stolen treasure in it and goods. Everything should be accounted for. We didn't even bother to take anything out of it. So here you go. But, our group could use a portable hole in the future, so if it's possible to send that back to us, it'd be appreciated. But
or bring it
if
back
you
to
can't-
Anatoli.
if you can't, then oh well.
Kreyst will nod his head in understanding and say, "Well, I will do my best, but I cannot promise you that."
Fair enough.
Understood.
With that, Ander and Kreyst give their goodbyes, and the party sees as the two of them walk off, the flying snake will fly off southwest towards Petra with the key.
I mean, do we want to try to strategize for this dragon at the forge or with the weapons? Something?
So, and I don't know that I can just sit around here and wait to hear how Emma's doing, so maybe we could strategize tonight, maybe hit the road tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Remind me, do we have somewhere to stay here?
Yes, the party is staying at Shelley's.
Ellie's.
That's right, okay.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about it over a pint or something.
Yeah.
Or Shelley's. Is there something people want to accomplish in town at all?
I'd like to look for gems in a more whimsical music box.
Ooh, good idea.
Come up with any kind of performance entertainment thing that we would want to do directly.
We really need Corvus for that.
Oh, that reminds me, I did kind of want to try sending Corvus to check in on him and see if we would get a response and see if
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
done.
see how he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I mean, not that I feel like there's any way he could reach out to us, but I thought we would have heard for something by now.
It has been 2 weeks since Corvus has left.
Right, and I'm pretty sure the wizard said it was gonna take a couple weeks, so yeah, it's like now seems like a good time to check in with him.
I like it.
Alright, so Ori's gonna take a moment to send Corvus first. Corvus? It's Ori. We all wanted to know how it's going. We're in Anatoli. Would you be able to join us? Hope to hear soon. Yeah.
Ori waits a moment, but does not receive a reply from Corvus.
He didn't respond. I don't know.
Shoot.
Knowing Corvus, he's probably busy punching somebody, eating something, or sleeping.
There's
Maybe.
that.
You're probably right.
Hope so. But yeah, I guess we could go to this. I don't know. Would there be somewhere in Anatoli we know of that would spell gems?
You do not know of any gem shops specifically, but there is the large town square that you might be able to find a small vendor there.
Yeah. What kind of gems are you looking for again, Mickey?
I need topaz, but Ash, you were looking for
Rubies.
rubies, and you decided to get a tattoo, Mari?
I sure would like to get a tattoo at some point, but I don't really have any money to spend right now, so. I'll window shop.
Look at the pretty rocks.
The Crown Gall heads on over to the town square. As they do, let's have everyone make an investigation check to find gem dealers.
I'm on fire.
Oh, good Ash.
Head on a swivel.
More than doubling.
Yes. While everyone else, besides Ash, is having a hard time and not having very much luck finding any gem dealers or jewelers, it is Ash who's able to find an elderly Asamar woman who has a small jewelry stall. And while she does not have just gems out for sale, she does have a few earrings and necklaces which do have gems.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm well, very well. How are you?
I am good. My name is Ash. These are my friends, Mari, Ori, and Michelmas. We're just perusing the market, potentially looking to buy some gemstones.
Oh, it is lovely to meet all of you. My name is Juliana, and while I do not have a lot of gemstones, I do have a few I have not yet put into pieces. Although, to be honest with you, why buy a loose gem? We could buy a much more beautiful necklace or earring, as she'll wave her hand over her display.
Do you happen to have any rubies or, jewelry with rubies in them?
I might, as she looks down underneath the stall and rummages through a bag. She'll then pull out a small ruby and says, "This I was going to put on a ring, but if you're just looking for a single ruby, then this should fit your purpose."
And how much are you selling that for today?
This I can sell you for 250 gold.
That sounds like you've got a deal. Here you go. And I will hand over 250 gold.
Wonderful. And after you exchange the money, you can add a 200 gold's worth ruby into your inventory.
Oh, snap.
Getting so close.
Does she just have jewelry? Does she have like a fancy jewelry box?
She does not have any boxes for jewelry, no. She just has jewelry. Anything else I can help you with? Maybe think about an upgrade to your earrings, as she looks towards Ori and gives a strange look towards her tooth earrings.
No, I'm really happy with my collection as it is right now. Thank you for the offer, though. I will remind she does have some green earrings, too. She has 2 sets of earrings in right now.
Oh, that's right.
My ears are all full up and I couldn't possibly choose one of these to replace.
Mari, who was like quietly like eyeing some jewelry, goes, "Oh, okay," and like, like turns around.
The one just says, well, maybe I can interest you in a fine necklace.
I guess Ori will like be polite and like look at her wares and kind of ooh and ah over them, but like I'm feeling kind of broke, so she's probably not gonna buy anything right now.
Your work is beautiful, though.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yeah, I don't have any money to spend on gems right now either, so.
I'm sorry, excuse me, do you happen to have any jewelry that's like, can be taken apart in two pieces, like a friendship necklace or something like that?
Ooh.
A friendship necklace. Well, I do not have anything like that on hand, but if you give me a couple days, I can surely make something like that for you.
Yes, that would be lovely. And I'll just say, like, Ori, I thought it might be nice to get something for Emma to have, so that we can have one piece of it and she can have the other, and then hopefully that will remind her of us and maybe help keep her calm when,
Nice.
the urges to open up rifts and fractures come up.
Oh,
Maybe it'll help her calm
I
down.
thought you were getting something for you and Corvus.
Oh, no. No.
I was afraid for a second you were gonna say something for my sister and you, and I was like,
Oh, no.
but
I just thought it'd be nice to get something for Emma since she's going through this tough time, something to help keep her calm and focused.
And that reminds me, we had that sheep for her that helped her fall asleep, but I don't think I saw it in her cell. Did we see it in her cell?
You did not see it in her cell, no.
I wonder if someone at the university could like let us into her room and we could like get it for her,
That's a good plan.
or maybe even like give it to the dean and ask him to bring it in next time he sees her. If they're gonna give us grief about visiting her so often.
Anyway, yeah, so if you could make that necklace, that would be great. If it's okay, I'll pay half now and half when I pick it up, when it's complete.
That is perfectly fine. So that would be 50 gold now, then 50 upon pickup.
Okay, and then I will hand over 50 gold.
What kind of necklace are you planning on making for? What's the design vision for this necklace?
I will leave it up to the skilled artist, but just something that,
Ori's worried about getting ripped off for 100 gold for a couple necklaces a little bit, so she wants to get a sense for like what kind of material is going to go into this thing.
she looks like a nice old lady. I'm sure she wouldn't scam me.
Ori's not so sure.
Do you say that or give that kind of indication out loud? If you do, then
No, I don't.
Mickey-
I'm just...
Mickey will take that as a challenge and kind of scan her out. But if you don't,
No, that's just Dan talking.
In
Julie-
character,
calling her
Ori is
old is
asking
not
this woman,
great.
what's your vision for this necklace that you're going to be making?
Juliana will say, oh, do not worry. I am an expert in my craft, and I know exactly how to create two small hanging charms which will be able to combine into one beautiful object.
Can I insight her?
Make an insight
She's
check.
ripping Ash off. Oh, good. Good.
You're
is
still
fine.
not quite sure about her.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, it's your money anyways, Ash, so Ori's not gonna push it. Alright, I guess we could head back to Shelly's then, I guess.
Right?
The party heads back to Shelly's. There, they do see the namesake of the inn, Shelly, cleaning some glasses while attending to a few patrons who are in the inn. But you have a feeling this late afternoon, you're still here right before the big dinner rush. But Shelly will give a smile towards the party and will ask, would you four like to have an early dinner?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yes, please.
Remind me
Wonderful.
how much food and drink cost here.
5 copper for a meal and 5 copper for a drink.
Oh, okay. Oh boy.
As the party sits in awkward silence, thinking about the day's events and thinking about the future day's events, eventually the party will see Tabby walk out of the kitchen and walk over towards the party with 4 servings of crab legs.
Ooh,
She will say, enjoy, they're just caught today.
fantastic. Thank you. So, let's recap. What do we know about this dragon again?
he's got 2 swords that he's been holding. He's a copper dragon. He likes mischief and entertainment. That's what I remember.
Mhm.
Would I know anything about like the innate abilities of like a copper dragon?
Make a nature check, Ori.
Nope.
Ori would not know.
I mean, do we know? I mean, trickery? Shenanigans? I mean, this is great television. I mean, I could try to do something with my mind reading, I guess. I'm trying to think of like what I can do.
I mean, I suppose something like dancing lights doesn't isn't gonna razzle dazzle an ancient dragon.
Probably not.
But I don't know if Ori has done this yet with her dancing lights, but you can combine the orbs to form a vaguely humanoid shape.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh, to do like a light show?
Could do something of a light show. I mean, I could use my telepathic speech with the dragon, but try to make it seem like it's the lights talking to the dragon. Oh gosh, but that's a lot of pressure on me. I gotta feel like to like try to do like some sort of conversation. I mean,
We could try physical comedy or something like that.
I was wondering about, do we like try to like play a prank on the dragon, or do we try to like set it up so we help the dragon play a prank on like one of us or someone else? Like, would the dragon be impressed by the audacity of us, putting a pin under his seat?
Yeah.
And by a pin, I mean probably a small short sword or something along those lines.
Everybody likes to see people fall down.
Really too bad we don't have Corvus for this. He's hilarious to watch fall down.
Truly.
I mean, is anyone feeling particularly acrobatic? Like they could do something, like if we pretended to trip you, you could make it pretty cool looking or something?
Oof.
I mean, not cool looking, but with my dex, I
Funny.
fall pretty
Funny
pretty
looking.
funny.
I guess Ori will like ask the jesters in her head, like, have you ever entertained an ancient dragon before?
We fortunately have never had to run into an ancient dragon before. Malin will speak in your other ear, saying, don't worry too much about it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? He eats you?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? There could be worse things. I mean, I just don't know if that music box is gonna cut it, Mickey. It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a bard. I can't do like a stand-up routine. What's the deal with blacksmiths?
That seems to be the best we've got going so far.
Yeah, is anybody good with performance? Like,
Absolutely not.
that's why I think we stick to like more physical comedy, because
Like, Ori
that's something
has-
we could maybe do.
20 charisma, so Ori, but she's not proficient in performance, but she is.
I have 17 charisma, but also not proficient in performance.
Maybe
I
we
could
could get
persuade the dragon that we're hilarious.
like a trained monkey or a dog or a kind of
If we just
an
give it
animal,
things.
an animal
Like-
show.
If I
What can we give a dragon? What can we give an ancient dragon?
Giant brass crossbow.
Okay.
Did you pick that up, or did we have to leave that because we couldn't take it?
I have it. I said I carried
Oh,
it.
you took it? Okay.
Yes, Mori has been lugging this giant crossbow with her a very long ways.
Yeah.
I have an Orthon dagger. I have fancy clothes. We could do something with the immovable rod, maybe. We could dress up. We all got our fancy clothes from the dinner party. We could dress up, maybe.
Ash no longer
doesn't
has
have
his suit.
fancy.
Oh,
I gave it away.
Well, Ash can do stuff with animals. I think maybe if we do like stupid human tricks with a pet.
I have my dolls. I have my
Oh, you have your dolls. Yeah.
my
There you
dolls from
go.
the Hags for us. We could do
What
a
if we-
little slapstick with them, maybe.
Maybe we're putting the cart before the horse. Maybe can we go and just like ask it what it wants? And then, like,
I guess we could.
maybe, I don't know,
But what if
maybe
it
it'll
looks
say
like...
something we already know. Like, maybe it'll say something and we'll go, oh yeah, we got that.
Oh, you want a water skin?
Sure.
Got that.
Oh, you want us just to fall down a couple times? Great.
I mean, you could do something maybe kind of amusing with your flying boots, too.
Yeah, I could.
I mean, if you all want to fall over yourselves and I make fun of you while you do it, as my stand-up comedy routine, I'm okay with that.
I could like fly around and misty step.
Ooh.
You can roast us.
Does Mickey say this like my 70-year-old grandmother going, ooh, you gonna roast someone?
Probably. It's a lot like that.
Could do a feat of strength. Lift something real heavy.
Could lift the dragon.
Yeah. Maybe not. Well, I don't want to insult it. I just maybe not that heavy.
You're fat.
Or you
Or
lift something
heavier.
heavy and then you go to try to lift the dragon and you can't do it and you make a fool of yourself trying to lift the dragon. And we laugh at you about that.
There you go. I could pretend to have the confidence of Corvus. The bravado of Corvus.
You just channel your inner Corvus. I feel like we've got some ideas. We could always be like, hey, let us take a day of preparation for your. If the dragon likes the idea of like a show, we could always be like, hey, give us a day to prepare, so you know, we can kind of finalize once we get a read on the dragon. You know.
Yeah, we've got a good list to work from.
Yeah, I think we got some decent ideas. I mean, I have a lot of like dragon body parts. I'm realizing looking at my bag of holding inventory. I got like
That's probably
worm blood,
Leave those behind.
black dragon jaw, and I'm like, that's not helpful.
Let's leave those behind. Do we have the cursed? Did Corvus take the cursed spear thing, or do we have that?
The gold dragon has that great
Oh, that's
axe
right.
thing.
No, the church
No,
does.
no,
The church
the-
does.
Or somebody has it.
Has
Yeah,
it?
somebody took it.
Yeah, the church does in Lux.
Not the axe that turned Corvus, but that spear. Is it a spear? A staff? The one that you could attune to and then
Oh,
something.
the staff of the
Oh.
Elitharid.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Mickey has that, doesn't he?
I
Or
don't have-
Corvus took it. Or Corvus took it.
I think
I can't
Corvus.
remember which one.
Oh.
I don't have it on my sheet, so I definitely don't.
Corvus has his transmuter's wand, but
I don't know who took the Elithrid.
I'm wondering if that'd be a good. If one of us has it. I know Mari wouldn't have touched it.
Oh yeah, he might want that.
We could
That would
pawn
be-
that off on him.
I mean, I have my cheating die too. Dice.
That we could do something with that. Work that into a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could try getting like a deck of cards and like pick a card, and then I read their mind, and
He might think it's adorable that the you know
Yeah.
tried
Do
that. You know.
you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna buy a deck of cards.
What if we could name drop Robbie?
Rovinarde.
Yeah.
He seemed like he kind of, you know, he seemed pretty noble, and we could totally roast Robbie. We could roast Robbie for being such a stuck-up busybody.
You'd come in with a dragon costume, and you could like maybe do like kind of a psychic reading his mind.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretending to read someone else dressed up as a Rovinarde's mind.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we could try to find clothes to make a gold dragon costume.
So
Just
I don't
imagine
have
that somehow.
We could talk about how he can't take a joke. I kind of like that idea. I kind of like the roast of Robbie.
What if he really likes Robbie? What if this dragon really is a big
Well,
fan
if
of
you're
Robbie?
a true prankster, you love seeing the people you love roasted almost as much as you love seeing the people you hate roasted.
True.
We'll just decide how hard to go depending on how much he likes Robbie.
All right, I think we've got as many ideas as we're gonna have.
Yeah, I think we're gonna after our dinner. I think Ori wants to buy a deck of cards and look for any gold-colored clothing.
by the time the party has finished eating their crab legs and discussing possible plans to entertain a dragon. The inn's dinner rush is in full swing, with Shelley quickly walking back and forth to take orders and deliver food to all of the different patrons.
So I don't have the staff listed on my sheet, so I'm wondering if Corvus doesn't have that.
I did quickly look through on that episode, and Corvus was going to attune to it, but I do not know if anyone specifically mentioned they took it.
Definitely know we talked Corvus out of attuning to it.
We did.
I mean, is it okay
Well, that
if we
was-
said one of us took it now, or do we feel like Corvus would have taken it?
Considering how big it is, I think Corvus probably would have taken it.
Yeah.
Kind of think he did too.
Yeah, I think part of the reason we talked him out of doing it was because he was still exhausted, and
Right.
we wanted to get back to that cave as soon as we could. And so if you got ammo, that would have delayed us even more.
Yeah. Okay, well that's out. We still have plenty of ideas.
Yes, after the party finishes their dinner, they can go back to the town square. Finding a deck of cards is easy enough.
How much is that gonna run me?
That will run you 5 silver. And looking around, Ori, you do also find a clothing vendor who does not have any gold clothes, but it appears that they do have a small amount of gold fabric, which you could possibly buy off of them.
Cool.
Maybe we could at least drape it over.
Any
you know?
yellow clothes?
Make an investigation check. You do see a different vendor has a few lovely yellow dresses.
Definitely buy the gold fabric. How much is that gonna be? Can I buy that just plain fabric, rough fabric off of you?
The middle-aged, purple-skinned tiefling man will say, "Well, yes, I do believe that could be arranged. Are you a seamstress?"
I'm practicing.
Make a deception check, Ori. The tiefling will give a smile and say, "Well, this is very lovely, lovely fabric, so I'm going to say, so it's not exactly going to be cheap, but for let's see how much I have here, 5 yards, that will run you, a couple gold."
Oh, sure, yeah.
Wonderful.
Easily done. Oh yeah, Ori will toss him a couple gold. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
5 yards, gold fabric. Goes in the bag of holding.
The yellow dresses at the other vendor will run you 1 gold each, if you'd like. It appears that there are 2 of them.
I mean, should we do I'll buy the 2 yellow dresses, and then we can like drape the gold as like kind of like a cape.
Yeah, we could always like, out of earshot of the vendors, Ori's like, we could always just like kind of like cut them apart and put them back together if we want to like
Yeah.
try to do something kind of interesting with them, like make a tail out of the sleeves or something, you know?
Yeah.
Great. Sure, might as well. Go ahead. Yeah, let's buy the 2 yellow dresses. Why the heck not?
Yeah. So I'll get those.
Would the dresses fit any of us? Either of them?
I'd say they're for someone taller than Ori and Mari, they'd probably fit Ash and Mickey better than either of you 2.
Great. Perfect.
Even
They
better.
are sleeveless summer dresses.
Oh, they're sleeveless? Oh, I don't know, man. I was really excited about the idea of sleeves turning into a tail. But I mean, if you're okay with putting the gold, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
To, like, have
I think we should do it.
Yeah, might as well.
So did you say like 4 gold for the 2 of them? 5 gold?
1 gold each, so 2 gold for the both of them. Also, a set of weaver's tools will run you 1 gold in case you want to try to make some modifications.
Alright, I'll do that too.
Do we need weaver's tools to do, like... Wouldn't a weaver's tools be, like, loom and, like, drop spindle kind of stuff? Like, what's in weaver's tools? Is there, like, tailor's tools?
Yeah, weaver's tools will be you can use weaver's tools for clothes.
Oh, to create and tailor. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Alright, then yeah, I guess.
Cool, yeah, I'll get those too.
Oh, none of us know how to use them. How much do those cost?
1 gold for 1 set.
I do have the disguise kit too, which I've only used once, so that's probably pretty fully stocked still, right?
Yeah, there might be something in there you could use too.
Is anyone selling like gold makeup?
Make another investigation check. Unfortunately, you do not find any gold makeup. Although you do hear one goblin fellow tell you, "Oh, you just missed it. We had a traveling circus come by last week.
Oh, dang.
They'd maybe be able to give you something along those lines,
That
but
would have been perfect. Well, thanks for the tip. I'll keep an eye out for traveling circuses maybe on our way. Which way do they go? Maybe we can still catch them. No.
I think we've got plenty to work with.
Yeah, we've got some ideas. We've got some props and some costumes. Great. It's gonna be great.
Right. I think Mari's like excited to try and like make these dresses into something. So she like visibly like is ready to go and like wants to head back to the inn and like
Amazing.
start ripping these apart and trying to sew them
Is
together.
anyone selling like a stiff wire? Like something that can bend
to, like
and hold
craft
its
a
shape?
tail?
Maybe. Or wings or like a snout or something. I don't know.
from what you have found, no. But you do know there is a blacksmith in town who could potentially make some wire for you.
Is the blacksmith still open?
You'd have to go check.
I would like to, well, or be like, I think it'd be worth trying checking in with the blacksmith.
All right.
Or like, even if we just did something like off of someone's back to like support the fabric to look like wings even, you know?
I was trying like stuff things with paper or like hay or something too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could try to buy some hay off of the the people keeping our horses, the stable keeping our horses.
Arts and craft hour with Crown Gall.
Yes! My inner theater kid lives.
I considered asking about hair dye.
I thought about wigs. I was like, we can look for wigs.
Jacob, when you like write things like this, do you think, oh, this is how this is gonna go? They're gonna spend 40 minutes on costumes.
No. No, there are just certain things I just plan to like. I guess to show a little peek behind the curtain with a lot of these things. The beginning part of the arc, I'll be like, I'll let you guys decide what happens, and then I have a couple things planned which will happen in succession. But I'll let you guys decide where it starts heading first.
Regardless of the nonsense we start out with.
Shift happens, as I've said many times so far this week.
So if we go to the blacksmith, is he still open?
Going over to the blacksmith shop, you see the small blacksmith shop, which it has a wooden sign that says smithing outside. It appears it is closed.
Aw, dang. Do they have any like hours listed for like when they open?
They do not have any hours listed, no.
Well, maybe we can just check in before
Try
we
in the
leave
morning.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if it's not, it's no big deal. We could always get like a stick or something. Like if we wedge like stick into the armor and then drape it with the gold cloth, it could look like wings.
True.
Maybe
There are
like
ways to
kind of
make this
tie 'em
work.
off. What?
There are ways to make this work. if you
Yeah.
can get chicken wire or whatever.
Oh, chicken wire. That's really complicated now. But do you want hay? Do you want us to get some straw, Mari?
I don't know. What do you think? Is that a silly idea?
I mean, I guess we would need more fabric to stuff it into.
True. But if it comes to it, we can always like. I'm sure we'll run into grass on the way there too.
Just use your sword. Just use bird song to cut down some grass. It's no big deal.
Yeah. She was made for. All right.
So I guess our shopping spree is done. I guess.
Like I said, Mari's ready to like get out of her armor and get comfy and start ripping some seams.
Alright, with the Crown Gall back at Shelley's and in their rooms, are the guys going to help the ladies with the sewing project, or leave it up to them?
I have my mending stone, so if
Oh, we messed it up too bad.
if something doesn't go right, I can.
And Ash, we
Amazing.
need you as our model, as like our
Yeah.
form to work off of.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yay!
Amazing.
I just do the good old T pose.
Yes!
I'm ready to go.
And with Ash as the model and Mickey playing backup with the mending stone, let's have Ori make a dexterity check with advantage.
Before you do that, did I load that today? Or is that my other character?
Guidance would be able to help with this.
Okay, guidance. I thought I had enhanced ability, but that was my That's my other character.
But I am guidance. Okay.
Ori, I was thinking if I put my bow sideways across my back, that could look like wings.
There we
That's
go.
awesome idea.
If you cover that with the fabric.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to like sew it in completely right now because we obviously need you to have your bow like. But I love
But like just drape it over it, right? Just have it attached sideways on my back, and then.
Are safety pins a thing?
I mean.
Let's say more like a brooch or something like that, just like a regular pin.
With everyone helping Ori, she is able to sew up a dragon costume. It only looks like a dragon if you look at it quite right, with no wires or straw potentially filling it in. Does not look quite right with it being looking somewhat deflated, but you do create a wearable costume.
Yeah, I think there's kind of like a little bit of like a headpiece as part, like one of the dresses becomes like the tail and like a bit of a headpiece kind of like flowing down, and then like the gold.
The sillier it looks, probably the better. We don't want it to look perfect. We want it to look stupid.
We do want it
That's
to
the
look
point.
I agree.
Who's gonna wear the costume?
I think you already know the answer to that.
the model, obviously.
I mean, it's obviously made to fit Ash.
Yeah, amazing.
Were there any identifying features of Ravi that we could make sure that we incorporate into our costume?
He had kind of a beard, right?
The party would remember that he did have these whisker-like vertebra hanging down from the sides of his mouth, almost like whiskers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, whiskers, not a beard. I mean, if I could have I'm assuming with my disguise kit, it would have some sort of like spirit gum or something, so I could stick like little
strands of fabric
on top of Ash's face.
Yeah. The party would also remember that his wings were a lot longer. His wings basically went from the front of his shoulders all the way down to his tail, although they did taper off and get skinny. I can show you guys the art again for the ancient gold dragon.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I see, yeah. So it almost makes sense to have like it would almost make sense to like cut the fabric in half and like have like 2 arrows or something maybe strung into it to like come off of the shoulders.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So then they would kind of like trail behind and then tie it back to like sew it back to the tail maybe. Well, I like the bow idea for like an easier attempt.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get the wire, then we can try something a bit more quote unquote realistic with the wings.
And then maybe before we get there,
the ears! Look at those ears!
If you want to attune to my winged boots, I want them back so you can fly. You could use those too.
Do I have to attune to them though?
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you could always just pick them up, Mari, and fly them around. That would look really stupid and funny, probably.
There you go. That's even better.
Okay, the roast of Ravanarde.
All right. We turn in.
Yeah. Or we'll pack up the costume stuff into the bag of holding.
After successfully making a golden dragon costume, the party heads in for the night, and they wake up the next morning on the 16th of Sun Peak. And with another bright, sunny, and hot summer day, would the party like to head over to the blacksmith's before heading out of town?
Yeah.
I think we should just stop in, just in case.
Yeah.
The party stops over and it appears the blacksmith shop is open.
Hey.
Awesome.
Stepping into the small shop, the party sees the large forge on the far side of the small shop dominating the area. The party sees the back of a human man who appears to be in his 20s. His long black hair is tied back in a ponytail. He's wearing a dirty apron and is currently pounding away at a piece of metal, completely oblivious to the party for the moment.
I guess Ori will first try just calling out over the sound of the hammer, like, hello? Excuse us? Good morning.
The blacksmith stops his hammering. He turns around. The party sees he's wearing these dirty goggles. He wipes them off with the back of his glove and says, "Oh, good morning."
Hi. Oh, we were just checking to see if you have any, like copper wire or something we could buy from you. Some sort of metal wire, if possible.
He scratches his head for a moment and says, "Copper wire?"
You know, when you take like a tube of metal and you stretch it out real thin.
He will continue scratching his head and says, sorry, we don't really do that here.
Alright, worth a shot. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. If you need anything made out of iron, I can help you with that.
I don't think iron makes very good wire, unfortunately.
Well, sorry, I wouldn't know. I'm not really that kind of blacksmith.
Fair enough.
Thanks anyway.
I guess we'll just head out.
At the point we're leaving, I'll cast Locate Creature and see if, what's his name? The Red Dragonborn.
Vaughn?
Yeah, Revaan is within 1,000 feet of us on the way out of town.
Ooh.
I get any pings?
With Michelmas using Locate Creature and keeping his eyes and ears about him to sense the exact moment Revaan enters within 1,000 feet of the party, you never do sense Revaan.
A reasonably good sense. Good thing.
Yeah.
Head on out of town. Are we taking the horses?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Me and Bart are real close now. I'm not leaving them behind.
No. Ash, you gotta ask the other two what their names are.
I'm not gonna do it.
What?
I'm just gonna ride the brown one.
Okay.
I guess we gotta name them then. Oh, you could?
I have speak with animals. As
Oh my god,
one
do
of my
it.
Oath of the Ancient spells. But is it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yes!
So I wanna talk to each of the two new horses and thank them for being such wonderful horses. Ask what their names are.
The horses that are being ridden by Ash and Mickey will look confused towards Mari, then look back at each other, then back at Mari. And the white horse, which Mickey is riding, will say, you're welcome, I think. What was the question again? Our names?
Yeah, do you have names that we can call you by?
Yeah.
Would you want to share them with me?
Oh, sure. I'm Kendari.
Kendari, that's a beautiful name.
That's my horse.
Yes, that
Your
is
horse.
Mickey's horse. And Ash's horse will say, I'm Davis.
Davis.
Beautiful.
Wonderful names.
Worth it.
Totally worth the spell. Thank you again. And let's do some good travel today.
You sure we can't just stay in the nice cool stables? It's kind of hot out.
It is hot out. I'll agree with you on that, but unfortunately we have places to be. We'll take good care of you.
Places to be, back at the stables?
Later.
Okay.
Amazing. Kendari and Davis.
And with that, the party heads south along the coast down towards the southeastern shores of the kingdom. As they... Sorry, I'm trying to do the math. It'll take you about 5 days to get down to where you think the dragon lair is. So let's have everyone make perception checks.
Oh wow, Mickey.
Thank goodness.
Oops, didn't mean to do that advantage. 11.
Can I say, for flavor, so I notoriously roll bad on all of these checks, but but for flavor, right now she's rolling bad because I think Mari feels a little distracted because she's kind of been meaning to talk to Ori, it hasn't really had time, so that's constantly kind of in the back of her mind.
And once a day, at some point of the day, close to evening, I will cast Locate Creature, see if we're being followed by, why do I not remember his name? The Dragonborn.
Revaan.
On the first 3 days of travel, the party does not have too much trouble along the travels, and Michelmas does not sense Revaan anywhere. However, on the 4th day of travel, on the 19th of Sunpeak, the party is passing through a group of rocky outcroppings when the party will hear a loud, gruff voice yell out, "Halt! Stop there!"
Sure.
Hello?
Are we in a place where we could be easily ambushed? I'll check around ourselves, us, to see if there's anybody hiding.
High ground, and we're not on it.
Yeah. Yep.
Give me 1 second while I copy over tokens. I forgot your horse's tokens.
How could you forget Special K?
The important things.
Uh-oh.
The party stops in the middle of a couple of ridges, and they see standing on a far cliff a giant with fiery red hair standing well over 20 feet tall. His body is covered in this roughly made plate armor, and he's carrying a giant sword. As he stands there across the way looking at all of you menacingly, he'll yell, "You need to pay a toll to cross through these lands."
Oh, what would that toll be?
On whose authority?
Well, it's on my authority, obviously, unless you want a piece of this, as he'll swing his great sword.
So what's the toll?
The toll is all your gold.
With this, how about we just forget this little toll and you can keep your life?
How about you pay up or I toss a rock at you?
Did I notice anyone else around, or is he the only?
You did not notice anyone else, no.
Okay. He seems to be alone. I'll whisper.
I think we're gonna pass on the toll. Thanks anyways.
Have a good one.
And with the party declining the toll, let's have everyone roll for initiative.
Who could have seen this coming?
Troll toll.
So, with the giant looking like he's about to pick up the giant boulder at his feet, it is Ash who is first to react.
I'm still on the horse.
Correct, yes.
Can I use the horse's movement as well?
Yes, you can. So if you want the horse to move on your turn, you will have a 60-foot movement speed while on
Nice.
horseback.
Okay, so then 60 feet would be about like there. Okay, Ash is on the horse. Okay, and then I will go ahead and just jump off the horse right there. And then I'm going to
Jumping off the
cast-
horse will take half your movement.
Yep, that's fine. So that's, then I can go 5 to 15 there. Okay, then I will go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark on this big giant guy, and then I will try to hit him with my longbow.
26 will hit.
Okay, and then I get Hunter's Mark on that. 4 damage, 4 extra damage, and then I will try to hit him again. 19 to hit.
That will also hit.
For 10 piercing, plus I will get Hunter's Mark and Colossus Slayer for an extra 5. So 33 total on my turn.
The tall giant does not react at all to the 2 arrows that pierce through his armor, except for 2 quick winces, but he quickly shrugs off the pain as he has his eyes towards you, Ash.
Well, good. As long as he's not throwing boulders at the group of others.
That will take us to Ori.
If I go here, can I see him?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So first I am going to hex him and give him disadvantage on dexterity checks. And then I'm going to fireball him.
Nice.
I believe Hex's ability checks and not saving throws.
Oh, right. It's ability check.
Hex is a spell as a bonus action. So
Oh, right. Okay, I'm going to fireball him. I'm not going to hex him.
Beautiful.
While the giant is unable to avoid the giant ball of fire that explodes around him, as the fire recedes, you realize, Ori, that the giant is not just any giant, he is a fire giant, and as such, he is immune to fire damage.
Should have known from the hair. Alright, I'm going to quicken cast, Eldritch Blast then.
So that means he didn't take any of that 22 damage, correct?
Correct, he's immune, so he takes no damage from fire.
None of it.
Okay.
None of it. Of course. Should have known. This 15 hit.
15 will miss. While it does hit him, it is not able to pierce through his thick plate armor.
Alright, second beam.
That one will hit.
Alright, that's all for Ori.
Now go to Michelmas.
I will get off my horse and 5, 10, 15. Can I urge my horse to go kind of get away from us so that we're not all pumped together if the rock comes? Then I will too far away, Ash. I'll cast Bless on the 3 of us that are over here. And it's an enchantment. Oh, doesn't matter, but too far away. So I will just cast Bless on the 3 of us.
Kandari, Mickey's horse, begins running away from the action as Mickey jumps off and casts Bless on 3 of the members of the party. The giant will pick up the large boulder and he will hurl it over at Ash. So we'll be at disadvantage because of the distance.
It will still
That will
hit
still
me.
hit for 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh boy!
As Ash is barely able to stand on his feet as the giant rock pummels right into him.
Yikes.
And after that throw, the giant is going to move 30 feet towards you, Ash.
Is that the only giant rock he has?
Funny enough, he moves 30 feet towards Ash and is now right next to another giant boulder.
Shoot.
So, Mari, it is now your turn.
Okay, so my horse can move 60 feet, and then I can move 30 feet, or only my horse can move 60 feet? You know what I mean? Do I have both of their movements, or do I just have my horse's movement?
Getting off the horse is 15 automatically, so you won't have the full 30, but yeah.
No, but I can Misty Step if I need to. I'm just trying to see how much I'm gonna have to.
So while controlling your route, you can give it 3 actions: dash, disengage, or dodge. So if you want, you can tell it to dash and actually run 120 feet.
Ooh. Okay.
And that will be separate from your movement.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have it move me 60 feet up. I don't want it to be too close to the thing. So it's gonna move me 60 feet up, and then I'm gonna have it dash 60 feet back. And then I'll just Misty Step the rest of the way. And then I'm gonna try and hit him. So the horse can basically stay where he is. Cool. So I'm gonna try and hit him.
The giant looks down at Mari and says, "You call that a sword, you puny little..." His words are interrupted by a yell of pain as he gets hit by Mari's swing.
Big enough to hit you, and then I'm gonna Divine Smite him.
Yeah!
Just at a first level. Another 10. So 18 for that. I'm gonna try and hit him again.
12 will miss. Oh, sorry. It's your blessed. Even while blessed, 14 will miss, as your sword with your second swing is not able to cut through its plate armor.
Cool. That's my turn.
With Mari moving and Misty stepping up right next to the giant, is now Ash's turn.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and try to hit it again. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go do sharpshooter attack. 21 to hit.
That will hit.
And then I get Hunter's Mark, and Colossus Slayer, and Sneak Attack. For an additional
Nice.
17.
Woo!
And then I'll do sharpshooter again. It seemed to work the first time. 16 to hit.
16 will miss, unfortunately. While you're able to carefully aim your first shot into its neck right above the plate armor, you try to do the same thing with the second strike. You went just a little bit high as the arrow whizzes past its head.
Okay. And then I will cunning action, bonus action, dodge. In case he tries to throw another boulder at me.
Smart.
With Mari and Ash distracting the giant, is now Ori's turn again.
Alright, I guess... You know what, I will hex it, and I will give it disadvantage on, I'll still say dex checks, I guess. And then I'm just gonna blade it. I mean, not blade it, blast it. Miss?
14 will miss.
Ah!
Second one, though, will hit.
Plus hex damage. Nice.
The
And
el- The Eldritch Beam, which hit the giant, causes it now to be bloodied, as it lets out a louder grunt of pain and frustration as all the annoying little adventurers are teaming up to take down this giant. Any movement for your turn, Ori?
that'll be all.
Okay, Mickey.
I will move and dash and end up there, and then I'm done.
Mickey runs up closer to the giant and sees the large figure put 2 hands on his greatsword and take 2 swings down at the paladin right at his feet.
Oh,
Mari is just able to avoid the first swing. However, stepping away from the first swing, she's unable to move out of the way of the second swing as the giant uses the momentum for the miss to hit her with surprising dexterity for someone so big, as Mari takes 29 points of slashing damage.
still only got me with 1.
Yeah, that's good.
That will take us to Mari.
I'm gonna try and hit him. 19
That will hit.
for 13, and then I'll Divine Smite again. Another 9. I'll try and hit him again.
That will also hit.
Another 10. And then I'll Divine Smite it again. The first level. And then I'm going to bonus action just get a spell slot back. And that is my turn.
As Mari hits the giant with 2 more divine smites, she can see in its eyes it's looking very worried right now, as it looks like it might be trying to make an escape. With Ash still maintaining concentration on Hunter's mark, it is his turn.
I'm going to use steady aim as a bonus action to give myself advantage on one attack, and then I'm going to sharpshooter this guy and hope I crit. I don't crit.
While you did not crit, you did still hit.
Okay, and then I get Hunter's Mark and Colossus Slayer and Sneak Attack again for an extra 14 damage on top of it. And then I will just take my second attack as normal, 21 to hit.
That will hit.
For 11 piercing and 4 more for Hunter's Mark.
The giant lets out another scream of pain as those 2 arrows hit its leg. It yells out, "Puny tinies!" And with it distracted still by Mari and Ash, we go back to Ori.
I'm gonna have my horse dash over here, and then I am going to. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast again. Yes.
How would Ori like to do this?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I come crashing down on my horse, galloping down, take a aim just for the back of the head, like at the base of the neck, and just send a blast that like basically does so much concussive force it kind of snaps his spine a little bit as he crumples.
A little bit.
A little bit.
While Mari is just about ready to take another swing at the giant, she suddenly sees the Eldritch Blast fire off behind it with a loud snap. The giant stands still before it slowly timbers and falls forward. Mari, make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. Oh.
Elf.
You're blessed.
Bless. Oh.
13.
No.
Mari is not quite able to get out of the way of the giant and ends up taking an extra 16 points of bludgeoning damage as the giant falls on top of Mari.
I'm bloodied.
Mari, are you okay?
No.
Ah!
I've had better days.
Ori starts pulling at the giant, but obviously does not work.
Is Mari kind of stuck under the giant at all? If she is, I'll pull her out.
She was not completely underneath the giant, but you were easily able to pull her out from underneath it.
Yeah. And now I would like to take out 1 piece of copper and flip it at the giant and say, "There's your toll."
Then also we want to loot the body.
Yep.
See who else he's collected the tolls from.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at the giant, it appears he had 50 gold pieces, 50 silver pieces, and 50 copper pieces.
Okay.
Wait, a lot of people must not come through here.
Or they're all pretty poor.
Well, if anyone is short on money, they can take my share. I've still got plenty of gold, so.
I mean, Ori's not broke, but she's like a little broke compared to where we've been before.
Yeah, especially if any of the spellcasters need money for spellcasting components, I'm fine to pitch in for that stuff too. So
yeah, why don't you two just split it? That's
have at it.
Okay.
You guys have spent a lot on spell components for all of us.
And as Ash and Mari give Ori and Michelmas their share of the gold, we're going to take a 5-minute break. So, after the Crown Gall has looted the body of the fire giant for all of its coins, the party looks around and realizes that Mickey's horse Kendari has run off.
Oh no!
Brat!
Kendari. Well, I was very excited about the stables, so I'm sure he just ran back to town.
I'm sure we could probably catch up to it. I don't think horses typically just keep running.
We can track it down, sure.
I mean, okay.
Yeah,
you don't think
I'll
we
get on. I'll get on Dingus and see if I can go track him down.
Make a survival check with advantage, because beasts are your favorite enemy.
Yep.
I thought you said dingus. Okay.
Yes, Dingus the horse.
Ash is quickly and very easily able to track down Kendari's hoof prints and is quickly able to find Kendari, who has appeared to have stopped to get a drink of water from a stream nearby.
I'll just get up next to him, let Davis drink some water. I'll make sure I calm Kendari down, pet him, and then get back on Davis, grab the reins, and lead him back to the rest of the group.
Thank you. I'll look at there. I just wanted you to get out of the way of the rocks. I didn't want you to run away right away. No one's going to be able to protect you if you leave us.
Mickey, make an animal handling check.
Oh, that's not going to go well. Much better than I had thought.
You think your horse nods in understanding, but you're not quite sure. It might just look eager to run. Or eager to get going.
Okay. Ash, can you look around for footprints and see where this guy came from and if he's alone or can learn anything about his little toll
Sure.
hallway here?
I'm sure giants leave big footprints.
Make a survival check. Ash does see his prints head off east of where you are right now. If you'd like, you can follow them.
I mean, it looks like the footprints are headed east, but we're headed south, so...
I don't know if it's worth following.
Did it look like there was more than one fire giant who might come around here? Does he come around? Are there like newer and older footprints?
Ash does find some older footprints, but best guess he was the only fire giant.
Okay. That'll be fine. Let's get on with our job.
Ori does want to send her family again at some point. So at the end of an uneventful day, I think she'd want to do that. I don't know if that now's the time for it, but just so you know.
Yeah, we can do that now. So that same night, after the party has made camp, Ori has a chance to send to her family.
Okay, I'm gonna send to Robin. Hey, hope you're both okay. We've left Anatoli. Our business is elsewhere. Hope to see you there when we're done. Love you. Yeah.
After a moment, Ori will hear a reply from her sister. Oh, Ori, it's good to hear from you again. We're actually heading to Anatoli with a caravan. We'll be there in a week. We love.
Oh. Yay. Oh, Ori looks very relieved.
Can we, on this night, while watch, can we say Mari and Ori did a watch together, and can we have a quick convo?
I'm good with that.
Yes, we can. What are the other watches for people?
I mean, usually Ori has one on her own and then one overlapping with folks. So for the last two watches, usually how that goes.
Yeah, I'll go first.
So
I can go
Mickey,
second.
then Ash, then Ori and Mari.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, let's have everyone make perception checks for their watches.
Hey.
Oh boy. Of course, the one I have help on. Roll well.
Ash and Mickey, during their first watches, they do not find anything out of the ordinary besides the howls of some wolves quite a ways off. Not too much to be worried about. During Ori's first watch, she does not notice anything, partially due to the fact that her mind's probably preoccupied on Mari. With Mari waking up to take her part of the watch, Mari and Ori are left alone on watch together.
Feeling better after getting squished?
Yeah, that was unexpected to say the least, but it was such a good hit.
Yeah, maybe too good. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's
Okay.
that's what I get for being up too close.
Hmm.
What was your first watch?
I didn't notice anything, so pretty good.
That's good. I've been meaning to talk to you. I feel like I owe you probably a little bit of an explanation for that kiss.
I mean, yeah, it was really nice, but also a little confusing, yeah.
I hope I didn't come across when you first talked to me. I hope I didn't come across like that was negative in any way. I certainly didn't mean to, but I was surprised. I was surprised, and it honestly, I kind of thought you had a thing with Valhalla.
Oh, well, I mean, she was easy to talk to, yeah, but kind of when she kind of blew up at me a little, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought I had feelings for her, but after she kind of just blew up at me, you know, it just kind of made me reevaluate. Like, I value her as a friend, but I don't know, it kind of felt like maybe someone who wasn't someone who I wanted to depend on, you know, and
Yeah.
you're definitely someone I can depend on and want to take care of back too, you know. And yeah, I guess there was maybe a bit of a moment with Valhalla, but not one I want to see go anywhere. And if there was anyone who I wanted to try going, you know, going along with, it would be you. That's why I wanted to bring it up, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you feel like you can depend on me. That means a lot. It means a lot. And I think I wouldn't say my feelings changed, but after that fight, when I saw you go down again, I realized there was no reason to wait to try anything.
Oh.
And so I know that it was surprising for both of us, I bet.
Yeah.
But I felt like I owed you a little bit of explanation and not to tell you that it wasn't like out of nowhere, I guess.
No, I didn't think it was out of nowhere, but it did seem different from what you said you wanted originally.
Yeah, like I said, after seeing you fall again, I just thought there's no...
Okay.
Why wait?
Does that mean I can kiss you again?
Anytime.
Alright, then I think Ori will kiss Mari. And just kind of like lead into her for the rest of the watch and be like, oh, that's awesome.
But I think Mari's just like a little relieved that she got that out. Like,
yeah.
And so, yeah, I think they just probably spend the rest of the watch just quietly.
Yeah.
Near the end of your watch, both Mari and Ori hear the sound of footprints off in distance.
Is it like one set of footsteps or like...
You hear a couple of them.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Any sense of like if they're heading our way? Are they getting like a little louder?
You're not quite sure.
Okay. Do you hear that?
I do. I can't really be stealthy, but I could just go approach it head on.
I mean, I can go check it out if you want.
I don't think...
I can be careful.
No.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll both go check it out.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll try to stealth over there.
Yeah, it's not gonna go well, but we'll make the effort.
Make stealth checks. While Ori is being very stealthy, Mari is having a hard time. Actually, you can't wear armor during a long
have my
rest.
armor on. Yeah.
But the 8 still would have been your first roll.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So as Ori and Mari are walking up, Mari appears to step on every single random stick and twig that's on the ground between them and where they heard the footprints.
We all have our skills. I hit really hard.
You do, and it's amazing. It's so amazing how hard you hit.
But with the two of them walking over towards the footprints, both of them see 2 human men who appear to be hiding behind some boulders, not very well. Even worse than Mari and her sneaking.
I think in that case, I just call out, "Hey, who are you?"
One of them will yell out, "Who are you?"
Where the crowns go?
Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Nope, but if you don't
We're just traveling.
mean us any harm, we don't mean you any harm.
Yeah.
Make an intimidation check, Mari.
Intimidation. Ooh, okay.
Nice.
18?
Mari and Ori will suddenly see 2 other human men walk up. Both of them appear to be wearing Kingsman armor, and one of them will yell out, "We're Kingsmen, so don't try anything."
We're not going to.
We're not we just wanted to make sure you weren't trying anything. You just got kind of close to our camp. If your kingsmen, have a good rest of your day, and Ori will walk away.
The kingsman who yelled out last will just say, "You too, I guess. Good day."
Mari walks away, but like backwards, like she's watching.
Mari will see the kingsman who was talking appears to be a captain scolding the other two. One of the ones who was hiding was just gonna say, How do we know they're not up to no good? I mean, they are in the middle of nowhere. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're not up to no good. Now, come on. We gotta get to Anatoli.
They were going to Anatoli. Ooh, is it too late? Can I tell if they were the king's personal guard or?
They appear to be normal kingsmen.
Okay. All right, back to camp.
Mari and Ori head back to camp, and after Ash and Mickey wake up, the party heads on further south. The next day will be the day the party hopefully reaches the dragon's lair, with nothing too exciting happening on the 19th. Would Mickey like to change spell slots before the party encounters the dragon, potentially?
I was just gonna check on that. No, I've got the things that I need. I don't see anything that I would want otherwise. Yeah, I've got what I need.
The next day, on the 20th of Sunpeak, the party manages to get down to the region which Mickey was able to find on his map with 10 possible dragon lairs. As the party is heading down, it is Mickey and Ash, with their passive perceptions, who spot a curious carving in the side of a boulder that's randomly placed in the middle of the hills. Looking at it, it appears to be the carving of a dragon's face that is smiling.
Ooh.
Mickey, are you seeing this?
Yes. Is there anything other than the fact that it's smiling that stands out? Like, is it new or old?
Make an investigation check.
9.
You're not quite sure, Mickey.
I'll point it out to Mari and Ori too. What do you think of this? We're probably getting close.
I think it means we're on the right track.
Yeah, probably.
Ash, are there any footprints around here?
Make a survival check, Ash.
How big is this?
The carving itself is maybe 8 inches tall, a little less wide.
Okay.
Looking around, Ash does see a couple animal footprints of probably a deer of some kind.
No, there's not much. Just local wildlife.
I mean, dragons probably fly more than leave footprints, I figure, anyways. Maybe we should just do, like, kind of like a spiral out from this rock, you know? Try to, like, you know...
Is there some kind of high ground?
Make a perception check, Mickey.
23.
Looking
Nice.
around, you do see a boulder that is a little bit larger than the rest in this area, so you might be able to get a better vantage point up on top of there.
Ori will take out her wand of magic detection and check the carving in the rock, I guess. The immediate
Using
area.
your wand, you find that the carving is magical.
Oh! What kind of magic?
It is transmutation magic.
I'll point out the high point to Ash. And who's carrying our costume? Is that Ori? We can.
Ori is. Wait, do we want to just, like, set up Ash as, like, bait? Like, comedy bait?
I don't think so.
We want to, like,
Wait,
try and talk to it first before we
Yeah.
Probably.
put on a show.
Yeah, I think we just try to talk to it.
Yeah, what? This is magical. This carving. Ori's gonna kind of poke at the carving a little bit.
As Ori pokes at the carving, it feels like a carving in the rock, does not feel out of the ordinary.
Ori's gonna just try talking to the rock real quick, just in case. Like, hello? Wait, do we have the dragon's name?
Oh.
The party did catch the name of the dragon from...
Did I write that down?
Wait, hang on, give me...
Ryelis.
Yes, Ryelis.
Nice. Hello, Ryelis? Can you hear me?
Ori waits, but does not hear a response.
Alright.
Only a response from Malem, who says, Oh, we're talking to rocks now?
You know, I thought I'd mix it up. I got a bit tired of talking to you two.
Riddick says, "Oh, burn!" That was a good one.
So yeah, I think we could like maybe do like widening circles out from this rock and try to find more hints, traces of him. Unless you can see something from that bigger one there.
I mean, Mari, can you fly up? And I mean, I know you only get so much flying in a day, but
Yeah.
can you fly up and get a better perspective?
Before you head up, I'll touch your shoulder and give you a little guidance blessing.
Thank you. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, I get 4 hours a day of flying, so.
Okay.
With Mari flying up and being guided by Mickey, make a perception check, Mari.
And then I get a D4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
14.
Looking around, Mari does notice there appear to be more rocky outcroppings a little bit south of you, but you don't see anything else of note really among them. Just the fact there's more rocks and boulders up ahead.
Okay. So I will fly down and tell everybody that.
I guess we can check that out first.
Was there anything else special about this rock other than the face carving on it?
Not that you can tell, no. It just appears to be a random rock with a random magical carving of a smiling dragon face.
I mean, I guess we could cast Identify on it, or we could just check out those rocks.
Yeah, I mean, we could use the wand. Let's try it.
So using the Wand of Identification, you see while the carving is magical, it's not from a specific spell.
Okay, I think we just go towards
Yeah.
those other rocks.
The party heads south into the larger rocky outcroppings. As they do, the party does see more and more of the random smiling dragon carvings popping up among the rocks. And then the party suddenly sees a shadow of a flying creature fly up above them. But as they look up, it appears to just be a sparrow of some kind. But the sparrow will land down on a rock close to the party and tilt its head curiously towards all of them before
Hello.
it says a word which the party does not recognize, but appears to say something to the party, which is not characteristic normally of sparrows.
I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages.
Using
Could you
comprehend
repeat that?
languages, you find out is speaking Draconic and saying, "Hi there, what are you doing?"
Hi. I can't speak. Can you understand me in Common? I can understand you in Draconic.
Yeah, people don't normally know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes.
Wow, that sounds kind of confusing. We're looking for Ryalis. The dragon Ryalis. We're hoping to.
Oh, the dragon, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know where they are?
Yeah?
Would you show us?
No.
What if we made a bet? What if what if you picked a number and I guessed the number you were thinking? Would you tell us?
The sparrow turns its head up as it's thinking, then says, "Sure."
All right. Ori's gonna cast Detect Thoughts with sorcery points.
Using Detect
And-
Thoughts, Ori reads the sparrow's thoughts and sees it's thinking of the number 1.
Great. Are you thinking of the number 1?
Is this conversation going on in common, or
Well,
is it
Ori's stuff is going on in Common.
Ori speaking is going in Common, the sparrow speaking in Draconic. But after guessing 1, the sparrow will say, "Oh, you got it."
Yeah,
What if Sparrow is Ryalis?
that did occur to me. It does not. I'm not detecting that from the thoughts, though. Will you show us where the dragon is now?
Well, I guess I kind of have to, don't I?
Yeah. You
What would
did kind of
happen if
agree
I
to
don't?
that. I would be really sad, and you would miss on our wonderful show we're putting on called The Roast of Ravinarde.
What's a roast of Ravinarde?
Ravinarde is another dragon. He's a gold dragon, but he's a real sourpuss. So we're gonna do a show, making fun of him and telling jokes.
Wait, you bringing another dragon?
No, we're just telling jokes about one.
Oh, okay. The dragon here loves jokes.
Yeah, it seems like you might like jokes too.
I mean, who doesn't love jokes?
Sometimes I think this guy Mickey doesn't like jokes.
You said that in English, so I could hear.
The sparrow will look over towards Mickey, then back at Ori, and say, "Yeah, I can see that."
Yeah, I
Ori
didn't
laughs
think
at
I didn't think that was very funny at all. Not at all.
See, he doesn't like jokes at all. He's not even laughing.
The sparrow will fly over towards you, Mickey, and land on your shoulder, and saying draconic, "You need to laugh more." He
thinks you should laugh more, Mickey. What's your name?
Oh, I don't have a name.
Okay. Well, the sparrow friend here thinks you should laugh more. So where's the
Sparrow
dragon?
friend. I like that. Can that be my name?
Absolutely, it's all yours. Free of charge. If you bring us to the dragon.
The sparrow thinks for a moment and says, "Deal." And the sparrow
Thank you, sparrow
flies off.
friend. Follow that sparrow!
The party follows the sparrow, and as they do, they're riding for another mile or two until the sparrow stops by a small stream. And as the party looks at the stream appears to flow into a grouping of rocks, but does not exit out from either side. As the party gets off their horses and looks over, it appears the stream ends in a waterfall going underground between the rocks.
Oh my. Is this the only way to get in?
Uh-huh. Just don't tell the dragon I told you where to go to find him. He normally likes to let people figure it out on their own. Part of the whole haha funny thing.
Oh, I see.
How big is the hole? Like,
The hole itself is maybe 15 feet wide.
can we see how far down it goes? I'll drop light on a stone and drop the stone down.
Dropping a stone down, it appears to be roughly a 25-foot waterfall, best you can guess.
We've done this before.
Thank you, sparrow friend.
Oh, you're welcome, orange friend. The sparrow will then fly off.
Bye. That was a cool bird.
Do you want to maybe fly down, Mari, and take a quick reconnoiter, and then
Sure.
we can figure out how the rest of us might get down?
Yeah.
Mari, using her winged boots, flies down underground, following the waterfall. The stream continues for another probably 30 feet before it opens up into a large cavern.
Oh boy.
The stream ends in a deep pool over in one alcove, and looking around, the walls of the cavern are covered in dozens of large multicolored crystals. In the center of the cavern is a large rock which almost reaches the ceiling of the 30-foot tall chamber. Looking over at two other alcoves, there appears to be two giant hoards of golden coins, along with several chests and other random items. Looking over towards the far end of the cave, Mari sees another smaller boulder along with a smaller alcove which has a dusty bed and a few other random chests.
Huh.
Are there
Okay.
any alternate
Entrances or
Make a perception check.
17?
Looking around, you do not see any other entrances into this area.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and fly back out and tell everybody what I
Oh,
saw.
heck, I don't have Featherfall anymore. Dang it.
Could I, like, carry people down? While flying?
You would not be able.
Okay.
Well, we've got our ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess we can use the movable rod to like tie off the horses and like give them some feed and stuff. Maybe try to find like is there a rock big enough that there's like a shady spot we can like put them in?
Oh, we did forget to go over feed for the horses for the journey.
Oops. I mean, I'd like to assume we don't buy some before we left. Can we retcon saying we bought feed for the horses?
Yes, you can do that. So it'd be 2 silver per day of travel to feed the horses.
Okay.
Cool.
So how many days would the party have liked to prepare? You would have known it'd be about 5 days to here and back. Well, 5 days here, 5 days back.
So let's say 20 just to be safe. So that would be 40 silver.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
And that's for both of the horses?
That's for all 4 horses total.
All 4. Okay.
All 4 horses, I should say.
I'll split it with you.
Okay.
Using the
And-
immovable rod to secure the horses, how would the party like to exit down the waterfall? Or should I say enter down the waterfall?
Wait, how far down did you say the waterfall was?
Waterfall is about 25 feet down.
Okay. Can we just drop some rope down it?
Yeah, we did something very similar back in the flump hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is the waterfall hitting the pool of water in the bottom? Like on the top or the bottom of the map?
It'd be on the bottom of the map, about
Okay.
30 feet south of the bottom of the map.
Okay. And I'm guessing the water's not deep enough to just jump in at a certain point.
It is not very deep, no. There are a couple of rocks at the bottom of the waterfall.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just drop some rope, I guess, and
Yeah.
make our way down.
Alright, then let's have Mickey, Ori, and Ash make athletics checks as you try to climb down
Oh
the
boy.
rope.
Hey, Mickey, can I get some guidance?
Guidance. Yeah,
Oh, Ash.
Again with the rope.
I got 16.
So while Mickey and Ori are able to shimmy their way down the rope, despite being so close to the waterfall, it is Ash who's unfortunately unable to keep hold of the rope.
This seems very familiar.
Hey, I can cast Featherfall on all of us and we can get down there. Just Ash has to hold, Dash.
I've got a rope.
But Featherfall! I haven't
But how
gotten
do
a
we get
chance to
out?
use it.
But how do we get out of the 50-foot hole?
We're not saying don't throw the rope down. We're just saying also.
We should
I'm
do
just
it.
gonna climb down the rope.
Alright.
Ash,
Ori's
make an
good.
athletics check.
If you fall, I swear. I swear to Riddick and Malum!
For Pete's sake. What?
You arrogant, proud jerk!
Ugh,
Ash,
I am done
Feels-
with most of the men in this
feels-
party.
and Ash takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall right onto a couple of the rocks at the bottom of the waterfall.
I also get some rope burn on my hands too, 100%. That's what happened last time too. Just, I couldn't grip the rope. I'm not strong enough.
I guess Ori will kind of glance around.
Now, with the Crown Gall down in the weird chamber with all the multicolored crystals embedded inside the walls, the party does not see a dragon at the moment, but if you like, you make perception checks.
Realis, I'll call out.
Hello, sir? Your bronzeness?
It's a copper dragon, Ori.
Your copperness? Oh gosh.
The party looks around, and it is actually Ash notices over in the northernmost alcove, there appears to be a small rise and fall on some of the coins, but after everyone calls out, the party sees the coins rise up and fall off of the gargantuan 100-foot-long form of an ancient gold dragon. Its scales appear to have lost a lot of its shine, and some of them appear to have turned into a rusty green color. As it turns its head towards the party sees the two bony frills rising up from over its brow.
Yeah, I heard gold too. Did you mean copper?
I meant copper.
Like, oh, we've been catfished!
Just in the gold. He's on the gold. See, very confusing.
Yes, the gold coins fall off the dragon. The party sees it is indeed a copper dragon underneath. But the party sees the two large, horn-like, bony frills rising up out of its brow, with smaller actual frills on either side of its face. And as it looks around and slowly walks over towards the party sees its large, turquoise-colored eyes appear to be bright and almost glowing, but they also see its pupils appear to be faded. And as it walks over right next to where the party is, and begins speaking towards the stream, the party realizes that the dragon is blind, as it lets out a long, "Good morning, or is it evening? What time is it?"
What time is it?
What time is it?
I
By
think it's
now-
mid-morning, right?
By now, I'd say it'd be around, actually, late afternoon by the time you got to this point.
Oh, late afternoon, but who's counting these days?
Yeah, why does the time matter? Oh, where are my manners? I am none other than Rielis. And who might all of you be? Are you friend or foe? As its head turns around and adjusts to the area of the party after you guys spoke.
We are
Oh, yeah.
friends.
Oh, friend, that is just lovely. Well,
Yes, we are
welcome
the
to my
Crown-
abode.
Thank you, it's beautiful.
Oh, why, thank you. I spent many years fetching the crystals and creating new ones with my magic. It is lovely, isn't it?
Yes. We are the Crown Gall.
Crown Gall, and what did the crown do to give you such a gall?
Well, no, I think you got it confused. We're the one who are most galling to the crown.
Oh, I see. You have gall to the crown because they have gall to you giving gall to the crown.
Maybe.
It's kind of tricksy like that.
It goes back and forth. We come seeking a boon from your horde in the face of an incoming fracture war.
That sounds pretty serious, but serious matters need to wait till at least till we get some tea around here.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more.
There's a moment of silence, and then Rielis will say, "Did you bring the tea? Because I think I ran out about, I don't know, 20 years ago."
I could make some water taste like tea.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So we can heat up some water, I guess, and I could use my prestidigitation to make it taste like tea.
Yeah. Are there any big cauldrons or anything dragon-sized that he could drink out of?
I mean, I'm assuming we have some kind of. Do we have any kind of cooking gear? Do we have a pot?
I assume the party just went with dry rations when they buy rations.
True.
Yeah.
Ash, make an investigation check.
Nice.
Looking over in this area of his golden hoard, you do see a large black cauldron sitting on top of the gold.
I see you have a cauldron over there. Do you mind if I grab that so we can heat up the tea?
Over where? As the dragon looks around.
To the south side of the cave, to my right, near the pile of gold.
Oh, yes, as he begins walking over towards the other pile of gold.
I meant this one over here, but...
Okay,
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot I split the hoard when I was bored about 100 years ago.
Yes, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I was taking it and I didn't try to pull one over on you.
Oh, yeah, I'll be sure to keep an eye on you. Ha 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 ha.
Are you sure you don't want to keep both eyes on me?
Well, I don't know. Your companions sound like they might be a little mischievous themselves. Ha 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 ha.
Well, let's take the cauldron over and fill it up with water, and perhaps you could... Do you breathe fire, by the way?
Oh, no, I'm
ask you
not
that.
one of those fire breathers.
Ah, okay. Well, then I will...
No,
Yeah, I've got,
I tend to spit out acid, which is great for killing enemies, just not great for eating them because it adds to the stomach acid. Ha 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 ha. If you
No good.
Yes.
get what I'm saying.
Oh, I get exactly what you're saying.
Could be,
Yeah. So
could be a
I've
good
got
diet.
yeah, I've got a tinder box, so I'll just start up a little fire here and heat up some water in the cauldron.
I did not catch your names. What are your names? And how many of there are you?
Well, there are 4 of us. My name is Ash. And
Ash,
the others
like
are
the tree or like ash, like burnt
Like the tree.
trees.
like the tree, but I was named after the tree, but it is also like burnt trees, I suppose.
My name's Oriole, sir. People call me Ori.
Oriole, and you don't have to call me sir. You can call me Rielis or sir.
I mean, sir's less of a mouthful than Rielis, not gonna lie, so I might stick to sir.
Some people call me RJ. I did have a friend who lived here for many years who called me
RJ.
RJ. I'm not quite sure where the J came from, but
I
if
love
you'd like
That's fresh.
the tea, well, I hope it's fresh.
I'm Mari.
Mari, lovely to meet you, Mari.
So nice to meet you.
Is Mari also the name of a tree or an animal?
It's not, no.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, not very creative of my parents.
Michelmas, I'll make the fire change colors with thaumaturgy, but since he's blind, he's probably not going to see it.
Yeah.
Pointless whimsy on my part.
But we all call him Mickey. Don't worry about him. Michelmas is such a mouthful. We all call him Mickey.
Maybe you should get a different. You should get a nickname. Maybe MJ. I'm not quite sure what the J stands for, but if it works for me, surely can work for you.
MJ. Gosh.
Okay.
Ori's eyes light up. Another nickname. So yeah, do you have a favorite tea, RJ?
Well, it's been so long since I've eaten tea, I don't remember what my favorite is.
Well, let me give you a little something then. And Ori will just make maybe like a nice green tea with her prestidigitation.
Let me double check the exact wording on prestidigitation.
I think it's like a square foot, a cubic foot.
Yeah, 1 cubic foot of water.
So she'll make sure that there's not more than that in the pot.
Or you just have to do a sip at a time for the dragon.
Or, I mean, I can have multiple ongoing effects, so I could do it. I can have 3 non-instantaneous effects, so I can do 3 cubic feet of water flavored at once. So a cubic yard, even.
That's not quite how that works. But with Ori,
No, that occurred to me as soon as I said it.
with Ori creating green tea flavored water 3 cubic feet at a time, Rielis will slowly drink up the water and say, Why, yes, that is quite fine if I do say so myself, although it does appear to be quite not a lot for a dragon.
Unfortunately, our tea making is somewhat constrained by our feeble mortal attempts.
I know, us feeble mortals, horrible at cooking and making tea.
But we can always make more, as slowly as it goes.
Oh, I would love that.
Or we can use like shape water to like refill the pot a little bit, and so yes, unfortunately we do bear somewhat grim tidings, but we were hoping to offset them with a show of sorts, potentially, if you are interested.
Oh, a show. I love shows. I haven't had a show since... I haven't had a show in here for ages.
We're calling it the Roast of Ravinarde. Are you familiar with him?
Rielis' head turns up. He looks like he's thinking... Ravinarde. Ravi. Oh, yes, that old, scruffy, whiskery, gold dragon pal of mine. Yes, I do remember him.
Likes to hang out by the islands out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, is that where he is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't seen him for almost 2 millennia.
Oh my.
How is he doing?
Well, I don't want to give you away all my my material. You'll get a bit of an update, I'm sure, with our good-humored roast of Ravinarde.
Not revealing your secrets. I like it. Well then, as he moves and lays down right there, his head facing the large giant boulder in the center, and says, "Let's see this show."
Great. Okay.
Well, I suppose I don't have to put on the ridiculous outfit now.
I will simply describe our friend
Ridiculous
Ash.
outfits? Well, I mean, if you have it, why not use it?
Absolutely. I'm trying to think if there's any way I could help you see it. So for...
I don't suppose like a lesser restoration or something would do it.
Oh God, no. I'm sure not. Are you able to cast...
I'll try.
I mean, sure, if you want to try. I can't be blinded, I guess.
Mickey uses Lesser Restoration on the dragon. The dragon will recoil just a little bit, just an inch or two, but it will look around over in your vague direction, Mickey, and say, "What spell was that?"
That was a restoration spell? lesser restoration?
Well, if you wish to try to attempt something like that on me again, I'd expect you to at least warn a guy, or warn a dragon about it. This was just casting spells on him willy-nilly.
Oh,
Did it
yes.
help at all?
Looking at his eyes, it
You're
appears he's
confident.
still blinded.
I mean, are you able to cast detect thoughts or anything?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm afraid while I do know a few fancy tricks, that one is not one of them. Although, do you want to see one of my fancy tricks?
I love fancy tricks.
Let's have Ash, Mari, and Mickey make... Sorry, give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's have everyone but Ori make dexterity saving throws.
Thanks, Ori.
Mari.
I'll take it.
Mari, seeing the ground underneath her turn to mud, will quickly move out of the way. However, both Ash and Mickey start to sink down into the ground.
Mickey's got a 15. If that matters.
15 is not quite enough.
Okay.
So Ash and Mickey both sink down into the ground, into the ground that suddenly turn into mud. They'll stop sinking once the mud reaches their waist, and the mud will suddenly harden then, with Ash and Mickey half buried.
Oh my! You've really got them looking like moles poking out of the ground.
Moles.
Yes, we didn't know you were blind, so we had quite the get up for our friend Ash here, you know, yellow dresses, cut to look like dragon tail and Ravanarde's whiskers, and we had some gold fabric for the wings. It was quite elaborate and quite humorous.
Well, it sounds lovely, but he'll lean his head down close to you, Ori, and in a somewhat quieter voice, but still way too loud for a whisper, ask, was he one of the ones who found the mud?
Yeah.
Well, then I'd recommend digging him up to put it on him.
Okay. I guess I've used earth and grass before to dig up dirt. Can I use earth and grass to dig them out?
Yes, you can. And with Ori using earth and grass, you're easily able to dig both Ash and Mickey up from their sudden burials.
You know, Mickey always pouts when his robes get too dirty. He likes to keep the pristine cleric look going, but you know, sometimes it's fun to see get a little rough and tumble.
No, it's not.
Oh, so you're a cleric type then?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm surprised you're not
serious.
the one who offered the tea, because you know, that is cleric's favorite hot beverage. Well, it's not just tea, it's divinity, that is. Oh, ha, 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 ha.
I try not to groan too loudly.
Alright, Ash, let's get you in your costume.
Mickey, make a stealth check. No, make a stealth check as you try to not groan too loudly.
I'm normally at disadvantage because of my metal armor. Am I now or not? Well, it's
I'll
going to
say
come up
not with
anyway,
this,
but
no.
15.
The dragon does not appear to notice your groan.
It's always guys like Ravanarde and Mickey it's kind of fun to give a hard time to. Wouldn't you agree, RJ?
Oh, absolutely.
But Ori will prestidigitation Ash clean because obviously we can't get our beautiful costume all muddy. And help him dress up. And I guess she'll like try to like creatively describe what he looks like a little bit. And maybe talk about like trying to like paint like dragon's teeth onto his face a little bit, like with my disguise kit and stuff like that.
Make a dexterity check for your disguise kit roll.
I mean, I don't really care how it goes because he does not see it, but we'll see. Oh, that is wild.
Unfortunately for Ori, it appears that as you were climbing down the rope, some of the water from the waterfall appears to have hit your pack in the exact area of where your disguise kit was, and appears to have blended a lot of your colors all together of your makeup.
Well, I'll be honest with you, RJ, it looks terrible, but it is hilarious.
Well, that's all that matters.
Adds to the charm.
Yeah. So, I guess once we get him all set up, Ori will... I don't know how much other people want to, like, participate in this. I have a bit of an idea how this will go.
Oh, I'm all in on this.
Okay, good. So I think Ori will and now we present to you the roast of Ravanarde, ancient gold dragon, known stick in the mud.
Rielis will clap his front paws together.
I'll use thaumaturgy to make the sound of the dragon wings we heard Ravi
Ooh,
when he
nice.
flew around us.
I don't have a stand-up routine written out, but I think Ori kind of starts out with kind of describing how we first met Ravanarde and how he was pretending to be this meek,
For this, Ada, you need to go into details because your words are important here.
Oh God, I need to go into detail.
Yes.
Just narrate the story. Just go for it.
Oh man.
So our story begins on a rough and stormy night out in the Isles, and we see a wrecked ship, and our good Captain Valhall bids us to go investigate. And who do we find but a small gold dragonborn, thinking himself quite clever, too clever by half, to fool the mere mortals approaching him. Lowly humanoids.
No, I'm just gonna. Who goes there?
Nice, thank you. The lowly humanoids, to trick us into not seeing who he truly is. But little does he know we have the power of divination to, I see into his thoughts and I see him terrorizing sailors, and it is full golden dragon glory. And so was the first mistake and foolhardy pride of Ravanarde proven insufficient.
These mere mortals will never figure out my true identity. I am way smarter than them. Ha 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 ha.
At that point, Rielis will just start laughing. Ha 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 ha.
Great.
Oh, that's Ravi. That's Ravi for sure.
So and then we'll in turn we tricked him into believing that we believed him, and we invited him to our ship to tell his story to the captain, claiming to be a deckhand on the Salty Dragon, the boat of the Salty Dragon.
A dragon on a boat called the Salty Dragon, huh?
And he was a little salty when our Captain Valhall called him on the fact that it was a pirate ship he was claiming to have been a deckhand on, and therefore a criminal and a danger to our crew and our boat, which was when he finally admitted his true nature to us, having seen he was not quite so clever enough to trick us all.
It appears I've been bested. I never thought this day would come.
And yeah, so so we learned the truth of Ravanarde, of this stubborn old dragon who simply wanted to spend his time looking after the shipwrecks on these island coves, terrorizing pirates and honest sailors alike. And it seems like he's been stuck in his ways for quite a long time, all things considered, with his history of Captain Valhall. And, we try to tell him to lighten up a bit or his face will get stuck that way. But...
classic.
But he eventually lost patience with us and had to make a great show of diving off of the ship and out into the abyss of the sea. Once his bluff had been called.
You may have won this day, but you'll never get me again.
But that would not be the last we saw of...
Rios was just about to start clapping, but then
Oh, okay.
says, "Oh, that's not the end. Ooh, what happens
No,
next?"
there's a twist. For Ravanarde could not resist further meddling in the affairs of mortals. So he seems best suited for swimming under the water like a fish. And you know, I always thought it was... What was it? Is it green dragons that are known for being... Or... never mind. And we kept an eye out for him, and there might have been some rather large fishes that might have been him, might have just been fish. It's kind of hard to tell the difference at that distance. And with his swimming skills. So it was then that Ravanarde came to us in our dreams. Because we had found a powerful weapon that needed to be sealed away. And you know, he just really couldn't resist us. You know, he tried to play it cool, but you could tell we had him pretty hooked. We were pretty interesting, and he just couldn't stay away.
If you want this weapon, you're going to have to take it from me. I could defeat you with my wings behind my back.
So, and that was when the great Ravanarde faced off against a single half-orc by the name of Corvus, who were both equally stubborn, but maybe not equally matched. But, you know, the great Ravanarde was ever so threatened by this greedy orc. He chose to confront us in our dreams, or maybe it was his dream, because, you know, only in his dreams would we want to see him again, probably. And he, you know, it's quite something to see a dragon take the time out of his day to threaten a half-orc. And treat it seriously. You know, Corvus he's a big guy, but probably about the size of one of his legs, at best. And to add insult to injury, Ravanarde had two jesters in attendance who continued to throw prickles and barbs to uninvited guests, because he truly bit off more than he could chew when it comes to the Crown Gall. And
Rielis will mumble to himself, Ravanarde got two bards of his own, or got two jesters of his own,
But he didn't appreciate them. He's so sour about it.
Oh, these jesters, they're so annoying. They keep making fun of me. I am a powerful dragon.
And so through logic and cooperation were we able to convince Ravanarde that he could leave, that we could be trusted to properly seal away this great weapon we had uncovered. And just as the orc Corvus reared back and flung himself at Ravanarde's face, so much like an annoying fly to a horse's eye, we all woke up and never saw that sourpuss again. Yeah.
Ori, make a performance check with advantage.
Ace.
Rielis will lift his front paws and start clapping, saying, Bravo, bravo. That was most exciting and thrilling with many turns and unexpected subplots. That is definitely the best performance I've had in here all day.
Oh, good.
Then he'll lean down and give a big wink towards you, Ori.
Well, we're here to deliver. It's a first show that we were trying out, so constructive criticism is of course welcome, but we're happy to entertain.
Well, I think you need to include the gestures earlier in there to add a little more comedic relief.
Okay.
Do you have any notes for me, Ash? Portraying Ravi.
Oh
like,
no, you got the voice and the arrogant demeanor perfectly.
Like, I really wanted to channel his inner spirit. Being a cranky old man, cranky old dragon.
Inner spirit's channel is almost as if he was here with me right now.
Yeah.
And you, miss, not named after a tree or an animal, your sound effects, which you provided through your spells, was most compelling and added so much to the ensemble of your comrades.
Okay. Thank you. It's a good audience is always appreciated.
Now, when you walked in here, you mentioned, well, during this performance, you mentioned a powerful weapon? Was that right?
Yes, that's part of our quest, as we are seeking out powerful artifacts to secure for the incoming fracture war, which unfortunately is not a source of much levity, but...
Oh no, you have nothing to worry about. That war ended almost 2,000 years ago.
No, but you see, you might be falling into the same trap as the arrogance of Revaan, for we know a young woman who was able to open fractures, and we have seen proof of creatures crossing through fractures many times, even without her
Riels will
presence.
interrupt you and say, well, no, I don't see. And after giving you a stern look for a moment, he'll give a smile and start laughing. I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist with that one. I'm sorry. Continue on about this woman who could open fractures?
That was good. Yep, our friend Emma, she can open fractures, and there were fractures being opened without her presence as well, in the wastes and in the Underdark beneath the city of Lux.
Not too far to the south, there was one in the desert.
Your friend, are you sure she is who she says she is? She's not some secretly powerful ancient being, is she? Like a elder elemental? Some of them have been known to open fractures.
Oh, really? I thought there were no fractures opened since the war.
Well, there are a lot of myths and legends about it. I mean, I've never seen it myself, as he gives another wink. So, in the vague direction of Ori, mostly towards the rock next to him.
Uh-huh.
Well, our friend, definitely, I don't think she seems to be elemental, but she does have dragon scales on her back. Is that anything that might ring a bell to you? Is there some ancient legend of someone of maybe dragonborn heritage being able to open up fractures?
She appears as a half-elf, but she does have red dragon scales, yes.
Well, there have been sorcerers that have popped up from time to time who have been able to embody the power of us dragons.
Well, we're trying to keep her safe because the cult wants to use her to open more and more fractures, I assume.
Oh, they're still around? That's a shame.
Yeah, they are no fun at all, even less than Revaan and Mickey combined.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
I know.
So back to this weapon you mentioned. What exactly? You were a little vague in your story about what this thing could do.
Well, they were two swords forged by Faber himself for some paladins, Avon and Vera.
The one that we were confronted by Revaan by was the Axe of Damo, was what we recovered.
Oh, you found that?
Yeah.
I hope none of you actually touched it, because that can do some bad things. You see,
Know that.
the Archdemon of
locked it away.
War is believed to have given that axe to Damo.
Yes, our hack orc friend Corvus, who tried to shout down, Robbie Narde.
Oh,
did
did I
in
forget
fact-
to introduce myself to him? Oh, I'm sorry, Corvus.
He-
I am Rielis.
He's not here,
No,
but
sorry, he's not here.
I
Oh,
appreciate
that's a
the
shame.
sentiment. But we brought the axe of Damo back to the church to, seal away. But, like, as I was alluding to before, we were seeking out a boon from your horde and heard you might have these two swords Ash was referring to.
Well, I do have a few different swords. Can you describe them to me?
Very powerful.
I
I'm
guess
afraid it does not quite narrow it down.
I mean, they would have been forged by Faber, so they would be of the highest craftsmanship probably in existence.
Rielis strokes his chin with a couple claws as he nods his head and says, You mentioned Avon and Vera, correct?
Yes.
Rielis sort of makes this weird humming noise as he thinks, Oh, yes, I do believe I remember. I do believe I know which swords you're talking about.
Well, we are on a rather important quest to try to recover these artifacts. Do you think we could bargain or barter for their release to us?
Or you make a persuasion check with advantage because you did a great job with your performance.
I'm glad someone thinks so. Ugh.
Riel says, Well, you see, I tend not to loan out items for my horde very often, so I'm afraid you'll have to come up with something else to convince me.
What if
Yeah, the music
we...
back.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, go for it.
Where Fash starts talking with something, he's got a brilliant idea, because I'm a little bit hesitant about my gift.
Oh, I was just gonna say, well, if you'd let us take the swords, we will do everything we can to bring them back to you once they are no longer needed by us. And we promise to come back and give you another performance. Perhaps the roasting of Ravanarde Part 2.
Well, we're probably gonna meet other dragons, so it could be the roasting of somebody else entirely.
Ash, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Nat 20.
Rielis will continue stroking his chin, nodding, and his toothy mouth slowly forms a smile as he says, A part 2. I do love the sound of that. I also love the sound of you roasting some of my other old war buddies. But I'm afraid I cannot give you the swords you were asking about.
And why is that?
Well, they're not here.
Oh. Do you know where they are?
Why, of course I do. I know where everything in my horde is.
Can you tell us where they are?
Why, of course.
Will you?
Rielis smiles and starts laughing. Of course I can. Well, you see, I knew many heroes and villains and rogues and ne'er-do-wells and good-do-wells and all sorts of folks would be coming in here looking for the Avenger and the Defender. So I decided the best place to hide them would be someplace no one would ever look, which is not here.
We get a hint.
Why, yes. If you go, he waves his hand in a vague motion, says, if you travel about a mile that way, it's his paw makes this roughly southward direction arc. He says, travel about a mile that way, you will find a cave into the Underdark, which will contain a pool, and in the bottom of the pool is a chest. A magical, well-guarded chest. And inside of that chest are the swords in question.
All right.
What are they guarded by?
Oh, well, they're not being guarded by anything. They just so happen to be in a cave with some, well, let's just say a bunch of random ghouls and ghasts.
Nothing we can't handle. We can bring a little gall to them.
Riel smiles and says,
Why
you need to work on that one. I feel like that pawn was almost there, but not quite.
Not quite.
We'll workshop it.
Why did you think that was a good place for it?
Well, I mean, who would decide to go on a day trip into the Underdark and fight off a giant swarm of ghouls and ghasts? There must be dozens of them.
Oh boy.
And I mean, let's be honest, who would look for a ghoul's lair trying to find some of the most powerful swords ever forged by the archangels?
Do you ever follow up to see who might?
Well, no, you see, I'm afraid that it's a little hard for me to climb into that cavern, so I've not been there in quite some time, but every once in a while I'll have a flying friend of mine fly in there, make a quick flyby to make sure they're still there and protected. And the last I heard, the weapons are still safely in their chest.
Oh, is that Sparrow friend?
Well, sometimes a sparrow, although I'm not quite sure, as a little hard to tell by their voices.
Alright.
Well,
Could you sketch a map for us?
Well, I mean, I could try, but I'm not quite sure how useful it'd be.
Do you remember going there before you lost your sight?
I do. I had my sights when I first hid the swords there.
Could I, with your permission, cast Detect Thoughts, and if you could, like, show me in your mind how to get there? But don't tell anyone that's how I guess their card number when they have it. Get their card.
I do
for a
not
magic
like
trick.
folks meddling in my mind, so I'm afraid I'll have to pass on that suggestion.
Fair enough. I'm sure we can find it with that description. We got Ash, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe if we see Sparrow Friend again, we can ask Sparrow Friend to show us the way.
well, should we?
Well, before we go, Rielis, I just want to ask you one last thing. You'd probably consider us friends by now, wouldn't you?
Friends, I would not consider us friends, but
Friendly
vaguely
acquaintances?
acquainted acquaintances would be a better name for us.
Well, I see you have this giant hoard of treasure here, and I was just curious if you'd be up for a trade.
A trade, you say?
Yes, do you happen to have any rubies in your hoard?
Why,
I would gladly trade you some gold for those rubies.
Why, of course I have rubies. I have them exactly. Turns around and says, I believe they're in this direction, as he points towards the giant rock in the center of the cavern.
Well, do you think I could possibly trade you some gold for some rubies?
Make a persuasion check, Ash.
Okay.
Riels will say, well, if you can prove your worth by actually finding the two swords you set out to find, then maybe I'll consider it.
You've got yourself a deal.
Well, maybe we can find that cave then. Thank you for your time, RJ.
Oh, you are most welcome, Oriole, also known as Ori. With that, Rielis will stretch out his wings and let out a long, oh, I think I'm due for my mid-morning nap. Wait, what time is it again? Doesn't matter. Ha ha ha. Always time for a good nap.
Couldn't agree more. Sweet dreams.
Why, thank you. Sweet dreams to you as well. As Ravi climbs back into one of the giant piles of coins and slowly slinks and dives his way down into the gold until he's completely buried. The party quickly hears the loud, soft snoring of the ancient copper dragon.
Alright, I guess we'll climb back up that rope.
Yeah.
Let's have Ash, Mickey, and Ori make athletics checks again.
Hopefully going up the rope is easier than going down.
It is absolutely not.
I will.
Oops.
I beg to
guidance
differ.
everyone on the way up.
16. Oh, plus a bless. 17.
Mickey, make your
Hey,
athletics check too.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Mickey, unfortunately, once he almost reaches the top, but then he accidentally slips with his hands losing his grip on the rope. He falls back and takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he lands on the rocks at the bottom of the waterfall. As he slowly picks himself up, he hears the faint echoes of laughter from Michelmas in the chamber.
I'll bow to him, pretending like I did that on purpose, because that's what happens when you fall in public, and I'll do it again.
Just tie the rope around your waist and we'll pull you up.
That sounds like a better plan.
Yeah.
Tying the rope around his waist, Mickey is able to be pulled up the waterfall. The party is now back outside in the eastern hills. And with the party heading vaguely south, let's have Ash make a survival check. Or anyone else can make a survival check too as you try to find the entrance to the cave.
Well, can we, like, help Ash?
Sure, so you
I'll be looking.
make it with advantage, Ash.
Oh. Well,
Not knowing
Nice.
exactly where to go, it takes some time, but after about an hour, with Ash and Mickey leading the party eventually does find the entrance to another cave. And so at this point, we're going to end the episode here.
oh boy.
Wow.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We will see you next week.